Patriarchy was never supposed to last this long. I don't think it was ever supposed to be a societal structure that was supposed to last this long. And as a result of patriarchy crumbling, we are left with what we have now, a terrible, crappy dating pool. And I constantly ask myself, I've been single for like 5-6 months now. And a question I have been asking myself over this 5 and 6 months is dating even worth it? Especially since my last relationship, it ended because I found out that he cheated on me. It's like, what's the point of it? And is it worth it? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sierra. This is Starting Over at 30, the series. I am on a journey of healing and self-discovery after going through a breakup and quitting my dream job as a news anchor. So now here I am, starting new, starting fresh. Dating is something that has been difficult for me. Trying to navigate how to date again after being in a relationship for like 2 years and dating that person 4 months prior to that. So like 2.5 years of me being basically exclusive with one person, and now jumping back in 2025 might have things change. Things have changed a lot. Things have shifted a lot. And to me, I really think it's because patriarchy is crumbling. We were never supposed to be living under a patriarchal structure. And I say that because patriarchy sets it where women are supposed to be the homemakers, supposed to be submissive, meaning that they're supposed to be led by men. Men are supposed to be these financial providers. They're supposed to be these leaders. And honestly, I don't think that men can live up to the standard anymore. I don't think they were ever really living up to it anyways. I think that women were sold a fantasy and a fairy tale on what romantic love is supposed to be. I think women are waking up and realizing that we have been sold a dream, and the dream that we have been sold does not come into fruition most of the time. I also think that to hold women accountable, as a woman who used to do this, I used to place men on such a high pedestal where I felt like when they didn't fulfill my desires or they didn't do what this expectation that I placed on them, then my entire world would crumble, right? Or I would, just feel like patriarchy kind of made me feel like men were above me subconsciously. So when it comes to thinking if dating is worth it, I think it is worth it if you are detached. I think that you have to be detached from the outcome with this person in order for dating to be worth it in this dating realm that we're in now. And I say that because a lot of the options that we have as women, even men be saying they don't have that many options. I think men have a lot of options, but the options that we have as women, to me, is kind of slim. Like, quality options is kind of slim, especially if you want a man with a certain financial status. Baby, that makes it even slimmer. Then you want a man with a certain financial status that looks a certain way. That's even more slim. Then you want a man with a certain financial status who looks a certain way, who also is emotionally intelligent, emotionally available, and whatever other things you would require from a partnership. That slims it down even more. So I think going into dating with the idea that, this is free flowing, this is fun, I think it can be worth it then. But if you are a woman who has dreams of getting married, or you just want to be married, I could see how you would think that dating isn't worth it anymore. And I say that because it just seems so difficult to find men who want to be married because they want to be a husband. I think a lot of men want to be married simply because they want a wife. They want a woman who's going to do the free labor. And, of course they say men are the head of the household. I call bullcrap on that. Because a lot of times in the household, women are the ones who are getting the kids together if they have children. And women are the ones keeping everyone on schedule, scheduling doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. Women are the ones who keep the household running and who turn a house into a home. We bring that with our feminine energy and with our creativity and with our nurturing energy. I think that the way that society has told men, babied men, to think that they just deserve this wife who is supposed to give them babies and take care of the house and have sleep with them and have sex with them whenever they wanted, and you know, never lose any weight and never gain any weight and stay looking the same way she did when you married her 20 years ago. I think it's just unrealistic. The standards are completely unrealistic. So it's like, yeah, overall dating sucks. I'm not gonna lie, dating does suck. Getting to know someone again, it can be fun, but what I've been running into is dealing with men who like try to do the whole manipulation thing, and it just doesn't work on me. You just can't pull the wool over my head easily, you know? And then with me being somebody who has experience in dating, you know, some of the manipulative stuff that men try to pull on me is the same type of stuff that I do to men, because women are manipulators too. I've also found that in dating, people don't like when I'm honest, and I'm a very honest person. It's very hard for me to lie. So like with dating, I would tell men that I was dating other men or going out on dates with other men, and they would like get mad at me and not talk to me anymore. And I'm like, okay, why are we getting upset about this? Especially if there's no one's putting anyone's health at risk. It's not like I'm sleeping with all of these men. Even if I was, that's my choice and my prerogative. But I found that a lot of people actually don't like honesty, and a lot of people would prefer to just be in delusion. The love bombing, that's another thing too, where I found that men would be like, oh, first date, oh, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want to be with you. And I just usually let them talk because it's so funny, because I don't want a relationship. So you're not going to get me to sleep with you solely because you said that you want to be in a committed relationship with me, you know? That doesn't work anymore, because a lot of women actually don't really care to really be in serious relationships anymore, because a lot of women feel like it's not worth it. You get in these relationships, a lot of times you're in a relationship with somebody who is not healed, has a lot of trauma dumps on you, wants you to be their therapist, wants you to be their sex doll, wants you to be their house slave, wants you to cook for them, wants you to do this, wants you to do... Child, when do it become worth it? When you could just be by yourself and not do none of that stuff, not do any of the extra labor. What I'm finding is it's hard when you are a woman who wants to be free-flowing, in the moment, just a butterfly. And even if a man wants that with you, he will not like that you want that too. It's like they want you to want this serious, committed relationship, and I think it's pretty delusional. And it's just interesting to me, because I find that it's all just like a game. It's just a mind game, I feel like having to act like you don't care more than what you actually do care, having to like do this thing where, you know, you don't text back super fast, or, you know, just like, I don't really have time for it because I don't care enough to play the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe if I wanted like this serious, committed relationship and a partnership and this and that, maybe I would care more about playing a game. But I think a lot of, for myself, you know, even when it's playing a game with men, for me it's all rooted in my ego. That's just to be completely honest. I have a huge ego, and we all know that men have a big ego too, and can be kind of finicky with their feelings and their emotions. And a lot of them, their feelings and emotions get scarred and damaged and hurt more than they like to admit. So it's like, since I've been back dating, it's been pretty weird, and it's been a struggle. And what I'm seeing is like, it's been like a switch in genders, where it's like men want you to like chase after them, and like they like want you to court them. And it's so weird, because when I was dating, like in 2020, when I get a relationship, I don't know, when I was dating like 2022, anytime before like 2023, even when I was in a relationship, I'm not chasing nobody. Like, what happened to going on dates? I also feel like the economy is playing a large role into why dating is so difficult, because a lot of these men just don't have no money to take you on a date. And that's just the honest truth. And they're not creative enough to come up with a date that is like, won't break the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes, I think men think that, like, oh, they have to take you to like the most expensive restaurant in order for you to have a good time. And some women are like that, but I can take myself to expensive restaurants. I take myself out all the time. So it's like, yeah, that's cool, but we can do other things that don't require a $500 date, even though I do like $500 dates, but it doesn't always have to be that. I think a lot of times it's so easy, especially as women, for us to like start daydreaming about men, or like start coming up with these fantasies and scenarios, even though we've only been on like 2 dates, or we only talked on the phone with them for like once, and it was like 4 hours, you know, and you start thinking, oh, maybe he's the one, this is it. Detach from that. And I think that's how dating can be worth it for you if you are interested in that. Detach from, oh, this is my husband. No, he's not. He's a stranger, actually. You actually don't know him at all. I think it takes at least like 3 months to start to get to know somebody. So it's like, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into really getting to know somebody. And I think a lot of times, I think that when men initially see women, the immediate thought is, I'm going to sleep with her. It isn't like, oh, that's my wife. Oh, I can't wait to marry her. You know, sometimes people say that happened, love at first sight. I think that's extremely, 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 extremely rare, if not doesn't happen at all. But people say it happened. So it's like, don't see a man or talk to a man and think like, oh, this is the one, this is my man, this is my person, we gonna do this, and we gonna be in a relationship. Even when you're in a relationship with a man, don't think, oh, this is my husband, because he's not your husband. Y'all are not engaged. Even if y'all engaged, he's still not your husband. And just because he's your boyfriend, don't mean that he needs to be your husband. And just because you're dating him, that doesn't mean that he should be your boyfriend. Some people that you are dating are just meant to be people that you date, and maybe y'all just date for a week, maybe y'all date for a few months and it doesn't work out. But I think where we get so disappointed with this whole like dating thing is when we get attached to the outcome, where we think that is going to manifest into like this fairy tale relationship, or this fairy tale marriage, or just like this fairy tale anything. I'm the type of person where I can get like so enthralled with a person where I'm just like, I can get like obsessed with people, right? So I have to detach emotionally to an extent. Like, I can still like the person, but I have to make an effort to step back and to realize, okay, Sierra, this is just a person. Girl, he's just a man. Don't put him on no pedestal, because he's not on a pedestal. He's just another person, another human, having another human experience just like you. Just enjoy the moment. I think that's another way where dating can be worth it, is when you just stay in the moment. Don't think so much about the future, or what the future is going to look like for you two, right? I think that the way that men and women get to know each other is very different. I think a lot of times women are performing for men for them to like them, and men are, of course, performing to a certain extent, but I feel like men more so like are interviewing or really taking notes, because I think men think that they hold the key to relationships, right? And I think a lot of men think that all women want a relationship. I think if things were reversed, where women held the key to a relationship, women held the key to like really interviewing and getting to know the person, and not performing at all, and having that man perform for you so he can convince you that he's worthy to be with you, then I think things would literally be so much different for us as women in our dating experience. Women have so much power, and we have so much value, and for so long I thought that my value and my power came from male validation, until I realized that my value and power comes from within. It comes from me. It doesn't come from validation from anybody besides myself. But once you decenter from men and wanting that male attention and the male gaze and the male validation, trust me, it is hard, and I'm still working on doing it. I still find myself sometimes wanting male attention, and that's just being real. But I just be wanting it for my ego, for real. For women, for dating to be worth it for us, you have to be grounded in reality. And when I say that, I really am just driving home like the whole not fantasizing about men and your future after you only been out with him like one time. Having a high self-esteem, so really doing the work on yourself before you really, like, if you're trying to date for marriage or for a relationship, like that's your end goal. I think that a lot of self-work needs to be done first, where you are very sure of yourself, you have a high self, your value in yourself is high, your validation comes from you, your self-worth comes from you, you feel good about yourself and who you are, and you are able to decenter men and detach emotionally. Then I think, okay, you're ready to date seriously. And when I say you, I'm really talking about myself. So, I mean, this could apply to you too, but I think that's when I'll be ready to seriously, like, for real, date. I also am a perfectionist, where I think things have to be like the perfect timing. So, it's like, yeah, but who knows? I might meet an amazing person, I don't know, tomorrow. You never know. Which would be awesome, because I love companionship and I love partnership. And I'm relearning how to date, because I dated for superficial reasons. I'm relearning how to date, and I'll just keep it at that. Because I think I was dating like so wrong. I would be like very performative and like trying to convince them to like, oh, I'm the one, pick me, choose me. I'm the best option, right? I think in order for dating to really be worth it for you, you have to be okay with them leaving you, and you have to be okay with you leaving them when the time comes and when it's necessary. In my dating past life, I was never the one. You know how someone would be like, I'm quick to leave a man. Baby, I was never really that quick. I used to hold on to something until I couldn't hold on no more. And that goes for friendships, jobs, relationships. I just was a holding on. I was a hold oner. I used to hold on so tight. And I'm getting to the point now, and it's because my self-worth wasn't super high. So it's like I'm getting to the point now where it's like, okay, I value myself more than this, so I can let it go. I'm also realizing that everybody is not meant to be with you forever. Everything is not meant to last forever, and that is okay. It is okay. Because when you live in resistance, where you're trying so hard to hold on to everything and resist change and resist transition, then things are a lot harder for you than when you are someone who is just free flowing and open to things changing and having to pivot. And breakups suck, but they're important, right? Like, if you and a person break up, it's not, what I've had to learn is, like, while going through this breakup, is it's not the end of the world, and there are more people out there, and like, being single is kind of cool. Like, being single is actually really nice. Of course, I do miss companionship. I love companionship. We are all in need of, like, just having a village and having a companion. So it's like, when you're in need of those things, it's easy to fall into like a, not a trap, but like a trap where you're trying to gain those things from dating, right? Instead of gaining those things from community building with other women, right? Because I feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing. Building with each other, building a village with each other, and building community with each other. And speaking of building community, I've had a few people ask me, Sierra, do you have like a group where we can all like connect and come together? I am working on something, so details will come probably in my next starting over at 30 video. I'm going to turn the Becoming Circle into a virtual women's support group. Right now, the Becoming Circle is a bi-weekly email that I send out. It has reflections, journal prompts, and affirmations to help you release, reset, and receive. So I'll still be sending out those bi-weekly emails, but I do want to note that I do plan on launching a women's women's group where we will come together to, you know, just talk, have girl talk, uplift one another, and not them fake women's self-help groups, child. But probably like we'll start it off, I don't know, monthly. We'll do like Zoom meetings, or I'm thinking about setting up a Patreon. All the details are still a bit murky right now, but I did want to put that out there. So that's something for you to be on the lookout for. The Becoming Circle is going to become a virtual women's support group. So we're excited about that. And we do have an affirmation today. This is more so of a love mantra. I honor the season of stillness, knowing that love will find me when I'm ready to receive it. I release urgency, welcome alignment, and trust that what's meant for me will feel like the sun, warm, clear, and true. So hopefully today's video resonated with you some. I would love to hear from the girlies, and maybe guys if you're watching too, but I would love to hear from y'all. How has dating been for you? Are you dating right now? What has it been like? Has it been difficult? Has it been easy? Is what I'm saying kind of resonating with you at all? Don't forget to protect your mind, protect your energy, and protect your peace. And also, before we go, don't forget to join the Becoming Circle. Link is in the description. It is a bi-weekly email that I send out to help you to reflect, reset, and receive. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, love you guys. See you next time. Bye.